Hello friends, it's Astro here and welcome back to RimWorld, where I think we're doing okay. We've got a fox to eat. Well, we've got heaps of food to eat, quite frankly, and heaps of hay grass for our duckies down here who are breeding like crazy. There's plenty now of fertilized eggs, 23 here to be precise. There's 2 duck eggs here that are unfertilized and 5 here, but that's okay. That's okay. Now, the problem is those unfertilized ones aren't then going to be brought back, but that's not too much of a strain. What I might want to consider doing is tearing this wall down, removing this animal flap, and then just expanding this whole space as duck space, just to provide a little bit more room for our new duckies, these ones, who are going to hatch right about now. 0.1 days, 97%. Oh, come on. Let's go. Anyway, these little ducklings are going to hatch in a moment, and we are going to have an absolute whack ton of these little buggers floating about. Now, the good news is we've got plenty of hay grass. We've got... Oh, is that happening? No? Oh, okay. We've got more eggs being laid, and that's changing the timer, but that's totally fine. There is some animal filth in here as well, but that's to be expected because of the fact that there are duckies. In fact, you know what? I am going to do a little bit of rearranging in here. So what I'm going to do is grab this, build a copy, whack that there. In fact, do I need to whack that there? I don't. No, you know what? I don't. Cancel that. Don't worry about it. We don't need to worry about this. Let's just ignore that for the time being. Let's allow that as well so we can get the pen actually redone again. And how are we looking in here? Things are looking pretty good. We've got a great amount of steel at the moment. One of the things that I've been thinking about is just having a look through. We do have the bow. We do have a lightning, fire, the crypto crossbow, lightning, and... nothing on Eric because Eric is incapable of violence. Now, what I'm thinking I'm doing is instead of using these wands of ice, I think that we should have... that's the wrong table. I think that we should have a series of new weapons lined up. I've forgotten where to make them. I think it's this table here. It is... Ooh... yeah. Anyway, nope. I just want a couple more wands of lightning. So I just want to have 4 of those in stock. We'll go ahead and make those up as soon as we can. With the intention that I think these wands of lightning are actually really useful for taking people down. The wands of fire as well. And I'd like to, sort of supercharge our kidnapping operation that's going on over here. Is kidnapping the right term? Probably not. You know what I'm trying to say. I want to supercharge the ability for us to get as many people into this colony as possible. Thank you, Mr. Fleshy, for keeping the place clean. Hopefully we can make you a little brother soon, and you can, play tiddlywinks with him when there's nothing to be done. I'm not sure. Who needs rescue? It's Zeewig. Who has already been rescued by Mr. Fleshy, which is always nice. Why did you collapse, my friend? The food poisoning. Okay, that makes sense. Let me just also do a quick check. Let's make sure that everyone is set up to do whatever they fancy. I find that that's the best way to keep moods balanced, so we can just keep on like that and see how we do. Speaking of needs and things, how are we looking? Okay, Restless is okay. Got a little boost from releasing a prisoner, which is nice. We have got some sads around the harvesting of our enemies, but that's to be expected, quite frankly. And it's not really too huge of a problem. It's not a super huge amount of... sads that it's causing to our people, so I think we'll be okay to just kind of ignore that for the time being and just carry on looking after things as we currently are. How are we looking so far as the count of ducks and ducklings that we have? Alright, so we have quite a large amount of little ducky persons, and I can't seem to select them all. It doesn't matter, don't worry about it. So it might be time for us to consider... for the duckies, let's go ahead and it's in this tab here. Do we want to then set a max on... Okay, so let's clear these off. We don't need to worry about that anymore because we don't have any chickens. So for ducks, Do we want to set a limit on the number of adult males that we have? I feel like that's probably a good idea. So if we leave that set to 6, these 14 male young, as soon as they reach adulthood, will be butchered and turned into food. I'm going to let the adult females probably just sort of carry on. Maybe we'll limit that to 24, which might be a good sort of number. I mean, we're a ways away from that, but let's set that limit there. Reaper's going to have a shoot frenzy, which is great, which will help to help us, defend against the app. Look, there's still some food poisoning going on, but the kitchen is now clean. Like, we're on top of the cleaning efforts. Hopefully this food poisoning will just sort of come and go, and we can get back to doing what we need to do, such as completing out the rest of these floors, which is happening rather quickly and nicely, which I'm pretty happy about. Zeetwig is no longer incapable of walking, that's fantastic, and is currently going to eat a fine meal, which will probably give Zeetwig food poisoning and wind us back up in exactly the same. No, we're okay. All right, so it looks like maybe we've gotten past the poisoned foods there. Jen Shay watching a bit of TV. Sounds like they're watching, I don't know, Cops or something. Who knows? You just gotta wonder, right? What would you watch if you were out on the rim? It wouldn't be a Western, I have to imagine. It certainly wouldn't be a sci-fi. Like, you get enough of that as it is. So maybe they would watch something like Sex in the City, or something to that effect. Selling to Rigo. Rigo has a special trade request. They would like to purchase 8 mage spells by the type of Blink, worth 4,000. They will give us 2 Resurrector mech serums, a bionic eye, and some uranium. Holy shit. Or 2 youth serums. Okay. What's required for... let's see. What is required to make a mage spell called Blink? Mage spell Blink. 64. Okay. It requires 64 magicite and 40 cloth. And let's just pause. Oops, I accidentally unpaused. So let's go to the quest tab, which is what I wanted here. So they want 8 of those. And then the script itself, we'll get to the horses in a moment, don't worry. So the script itself requires 64 unrefined magicite. Times 8 is a number. I tell you what, I'm not gonna lie about this. I am actually pulling out a calculator here. So that's 512. Oh yeah, that's actually a really easy one. I could have figured that out. 512 magicite and 320 cloth. So how much magicite do we currently have? 1,500. Check, we've got that. Cloth, 669. Nice. We can do this. We can totally do this. Unless, of course, no one has the ability to do magic, because this requires... where is it? Let's see. Blink. Yeah, no. So no one can do it. That's a bit of a shame. So crafting 2, intellectual 6. We'll figure that one out when we can. But we do have some horsies to worry about. A good whack ton of them, as a matter of fact. What's that? It's a doggo. Okay, cool. So let's just get everyone lined up here. Those horsies should come at us rather quickly, and what we'll do is just get ourselves prepped. They're going to come up through here. Zoom. Oh, actually, apparently some of them have already made it here, so there was another pair of them there. That's totally fine. And let's go ahead and pew pew pew. So see the lightning and explosions. And I'm guessing, like, in shock because of pain. I'm guessing that the lightning, wow, to the brain and the eye, Jesus. I'm guessing that that's probably part of the reason why these ranged weapons are so goddamn good, is because, you know, these guys. What have you got? Okay, cool. The lightning and fire things. Timberwolf is hunting Zeetwig. Okay, well, good luck with that. I mean, we've just defended ourselves successfully against a whole bunch of horses, so I can't imagine that a single Timberwolf is going to cause us any real dramas here. So let's go ahead and finish the rest of these off. Pew, pew, pew. Pew, pew, pew. A bit of lightning. A few explosions. Lovely jubbly. And one of them's running away, but that's okay. And then this Timberwolf is going to come in. Straight through the kill box here. Let's see if we can speed this up a little bit. We are still technically in combat. Here it comes. It is now hunting Zeetwig again. That's fine. And let's pop a couple of shots into it. Actually, I better make sure that everyone does actually just straight up target that thing, because it may not count as aggressive until we say, please shoot doggo. Okay, Timberwolf Revenge, and we're done. Everyone can go about their business. Let's... it's tempting. It is tempting to tame these horses, but... oh, wait, actually... Yeah, okay, cancel that. And then let's... yeah, let's rescue. Should we rescue them? I think we should rescue. And then Reaper, if you can rescue this one. They will all be female, which is totally okay. But let's see if we can rescue them, patch them up, and then we'll try and tame them. I'm not sure how well we're going to be at doing that. There is another female horse here, but it's bleeding out in 5 hours and will then be tasty, tasty food. A male horse, let's mark you to tame as well. Because then we can have some breeding of horses going on, and we still do have this whole section here which can be repurposed for horse tending. We do have 2 horses here that can be then marked to tame. Oh dear, I brought them into the house in order to tame them. This may not go terribly well. I was hoping that they would just be brought down here, but hey, look, I make mistakes in this game. It does annoy some people, but well. Oh well. Anyway, so that one's dead and we can eat that. That's totally fine. And good. Okay, so the reason that I'm thinking that... Okay, we've tamed one. That's nice. That was very quick, actually. The reason why I'm thinking that having a couple of tamed horses is that we can use them to do any deliveries that we may want to do. Now, it's a sad thing that we can't do this, but don't worry. I'm sure we will get some new people very soon that we can then use to do the crafting things that we want to do. Let's get another point put into inner fire here, or you know what? Let's go inner fire efficiency, because at the moment it's doing quite nice things, but being able to do it more efficiently might be a better idea, just to keep mana, like, you know, to keep the mana ticked up there, and that should be nice. Should we put some actual beds in here? I don't think we have any beds that are... Hello. Speaking of, Nanami has crash landed nearby and is crafting and medical. The annoying voice isn't great. The couch potato is pretty bad. Actually, no, that's okay. That's not really a scary thing. She is a 17-year-old space refugee who was a firekeeper, but the crafting and medical, I think, are pretty nice here. So, you know, a dedicated crafting-y type person. Let's get Reaper to go ahead and rescue Nanami, who has crash landed all the way the hell down here, is bleeding out in 11 hours. So this might be a little touch and go. We might need to wake Parker up. And get Parker to go and to take care of the tending of Nanami. But having another person, I mean, 4 crafting is not great, but with a double passion, we can absolutely just slap Nanami on as priority 1 crafter and get them just churning away in here and everything's fine. Word of Zeetwig's charm has reached Cobra Slayer, and they've asked for Zeetwig's hand in marriage. Accepting this marriage proposal will cement relations and strengthen faction ties, but Zeetwig will leave. I'm sorry, no. And now they are even less happy with us. I guess that was the one that we let go with a brain injury, that we also borrowed a lung from. Yeah, we totally... I guess that person went back and was like, dude, while I was there, I met this person with an amazing bronze-coloured mane of hair who is just spectacularly beautiful, and you should totally marry them. Also, by the way, we no have any Luciferium. Oh, hello. What do you have? Healer's Hands. Okay. They'll tell us the location of this. All right. Any injury or missing part. For 596 silver, they're going to tell us where the shaman is. Let's do it. And let's look now on the world map. And the shaman is... No, that's an expo. I did press accept there. Oh, there. All right. All right, the mystical shaman. So, now, do we need someone to go and do that right now? Well, look, we've got some scratches and stabs and things here. That's totally fine. I think the fact that Boba is missing a leg is probably something that we can go ahead and think about getting patched up here. We've got some scars and things here. We've got some scars and things here. And then Eric has a bad back, which is probably something useful to get fixed up. But I really do think that getting Boba's leg... First of all, let's go ahead and pop on a peg leg, which we can't because I'm guessing we don't have any wood in stock at the moment. Yes, it appears that that's the case. So we can go ahead and queue some wood up here to be chopped down. Actually, let's look a little closer to home first because we want to limit the amount of, we want to limit the amount of running across the goddamn globe that we do to try and get a little bit of wood into our colony. There's another horse that's appeared, which is great. Nanami has gotten sick, but Nanami is totally looking fine. Serious hypothermia is not great. What temperature is it in this room? It is 8 or 9 degrees. That is way too flippin' cold for that hospital. We are going to have to... This is open. That's fine. Is it because this room has been vented to the outside world and therefore we have... Oh, shit. Okay, well, that makes sense. If someone could... Parker, could you just quickly do that for me? There we go. And let's make sure that this room gets warmer. And it's doing so. Okay, great. That was a bit of an oversight on my part. I did want to have this room vented so that this human meat is going to stay frozen without taking up any space in our freezer, although the space in the freezer is now... Oh, great. Okay, well, welcome aboard, Nanami. Some cargo pods have dropped nearby. Let's see what they have on offer. It is a whole bunch of sheep wool. 156 of it, to be precise. That's fantastic. Nanami, could you do me a favor and just rest until you're healed? And I think that if you could just take industrial medicine. Okay, let's... so, who's nearby? Parker, could you rescue Nanami, please? And let's just double check and see what Nanami's infection is like. The last 10 quality was 52%. And can be tended again in 7 hours. Nanami, really? Okay, she is trying to get equipped with some clothing. Okay, that's understandable. Is there a Parker here? There is. So I might just let you... Like, what are you currently wearing? You're basically naked at the moment. Okay, well, that's fine. Get yourself some warm clothes, but then go back to... There you go. Okay, that's good. That's good. Are we out of helmets? I think we are, you know. I think we're out of helmets, so I might just queue up. I might just queue up here a flak helmet or two. No, I mean, no one knows how to make helmets at the moment. Well, let's make a simple helmet then. And I think we should probably, and this is going to be the great thing, Nanami, once fully recovered, and it looks like she's going to be totally fine. Ray of Hope, nice. But yeah, it looks like she's going to be totally fine. Can be tended in 0.5 hours. And Parker, I would expect you to do that in a few seconds so that we can make sure that this is taken care of. Very nice. 82%. Nanami is going to be fine. So let's go ahead and make sure that Nanami is set to the same regular level of medicine as everyone else, because this is totally heaps and heaps and heaps of herbal medicine, and we will be totally fine with that. Okay, good. So, next in our cavalcade of things to do, apparently we have already made that simple helmet, which is pretty goddamn impressive that was done so quickly, although I can't see it there, so let's just double check. I believe if I look at numbers here, yes, I can see all the different types of gear that everyone has. Faction unrest. Lee, the Prime Councillor of Ulba, just pause. Just pause. Pause. Thank you. Recently had diplomatic troubles with another faction and call upon you to negotiate between them. And Corey and Compact, they've picked a neutral nearby location. Okay, so this comes down to whether or not we've got someone with good enough social skills. Reaper at 10 is not bad. Like if we check Reaper out here, social 10.57, skilled professional. That might be something that we can do something with, honestly. Okay, this mare has gone mad, which is a bit of a shame. It was evidently not able to be tamed before it went crazy, but that's totally fine. We will... Is there a reason why you've gone mad? Is it because you've just been struck in the brain with lightning wands and shit? Might be. Let's get Zitwig down here to take care of this horsey. I'm pretty confident that Zitwig can take care of this on their own. So let's step in through this door, and we're just going to crypto axe it to the face. Here we go. Hello, horsey. Oh, wow. Cool. So maybe we tame that. And do we want to, like, rescue this mare? Yeah. That might be a thing that we can do. Okay, so these horses here are okay. Let's toggle these back on, and let's put down a single zone of the stockpile variety here, which we can set to clear all and critical, and then hay grass. And we'll get Mr. Fleshy down here to haul 2,000 hay from the main stockpile up here. Down to the southerly region. So the horses are going to eat hay, the duckies are going to eat a whole bunch of kibble, and Boba is going to start a social fight with Nanami, which is a bit of a shame. I'm guessing it's because of the fact that Nanami has an annoying voice, and Boba's anxious, so that probably doesn't help, yeah. But look, it's okay. Particularly grating and nasal quality to it, and she tends to talk in barked, garbled phrases. This predisposes others to dislike her. So yes, look, that's not the greatest to have someone who is a little bit negative like that, but I'm just going to strap her to the crafting thing. Speaking of which, Nanami, no harvesting, please, and no magic, and no hunting. And let's see, who else we got here? 4 and a single. Let's pull you guys off. Training, you can stay. And then 4 and double. No training. And let's say that, unskilled stone cutting and stuff you guys can do. So Gizmond and Jen Shay, you can keep doing that. But let's take you off the crafting side of things. Let's leave that with Nanami. And then that should balance things out and let you guys do things a little further down the chain here as well. I'm also going to pull Parker off refining, smelting, and stone cutting so that research gets done a little bit sooner. Parker is also one of our main planty peoples, so that's okay. We can let that sort of tick on as well. Good. Okay, so that's done, and that's done. Unhappy nudity, Reaper. What are you unhappily nude about? Pants. Okay, that's totally fine. So what we can do is let's just get down into here and... okay, so on this one, I would like to make pants 1 per colonist plus X. Okay. Alright. Details. And no leathers and no wools. I want only cloth to be used for that, of which we have a decent amount. Count tainted, no. And button-down shirt, no leathers, no wools. Toot. Count equip, count went away. Great. Make parka. Wools, yes. Leathers, yes. And then Everything is ticked there, so that should be fine. Do we have a pair of pants here? Aha, 49%. So, we need to recycle apparel here. Now, this was the one which was anything that was below 50% hit points. And this one here should be the tainted, right? Allow tainted tick, and it's anything. Okay, so we just need Nanami, when Nanami is ready to go, to actually start fulfilling the tailoring section of things. Now, there's no fabrication, machining, and smithing to be done at this particular point in time, but it will happen momentarily. I mean, I would have to imagine that, did I change, and let's give you anything here, you can do whatever you fancy. And with this, yes. Okay, so what's happened just now is that those pants hit 49%, and they were immediately then stripped off as well, these are tattered, I don't want to wear them anymore. So instead of Reaper wearing tattered clothing, Reaper then immediately was naked from the waist down. It does actually tick me, though, that this, not that one, this one, this is set to make pants. Oh, I know why. Because we just recruited a new person, and she just went through and picked up a pair of pants. So, look, it's totally fine. We'll get on top of this in no time. No time flat. Is that just a regular jacket? I don't think we want that to be there, but we don't need to worry about it too much. Nanami did just fail. What are you making? A flak vest. Okay, alright. Are you just making one? I'm pretty sure that you should only make one there. And then flak helmet, I don't believe that you have the skill for yet, but that shouldn't take too long to tick up. Feeding a simple meal, Nanami, you should not be doing animal shit, mate. Okay, well, I suppose you're a doctor, that's fine. And you've got double passion, but your skill is only 4 at the moment. So what I might do is just say, Nanami, just so we can get on top. I mean, look, it's just a pair of pants, mate. How long can it take you? Let's get you to quickly whip together a pair of pants that we can slap onto Reaper to stop their jangly bits hanging out. And I'm sure Reaper will be very happy to have a normal pair of cloth pants. I'm going to just, you know, in my mind, I'm going to pretend that they're like tracksuit pants. Just like those cotton Bonds ones that I love to wear. That's my standard, like, lounging around the house. Well, to be fair, I don't know. I've always worn just jeans as my lounging around the house kind of wear, because the jeans that I wear are Levi 511s. Why is that turned off? Oh, because we were over budget on, well, not over budget, but we have so much goddamn corn that we didn't need to have 2 fields running all the time. Anyway, yeah, the 511s that I wear are like the stretchy ones. Like, they've got a lot of like spandex built into them, and as a result, they may as well be track pants. They are so comfortable, and also, you know, I like my jeans. I wear them until they fall apart, because, you know, when jeans are worn in, and you know, you don't wash them every single time, like you give them a couple of days, they just get comfortable. They just sort of, there's something about a good pair of worn-in jeans that I really like. Anyway, what am I talking about? Okay, Gilgog. Okay, I'm gonna rename you straight up, and you're gonna be just called Gil. Yeah, of Clan. What? Okay, stare. Okay, I'm gonna change you to Bear. Stare Bear of Clan. All right, Stare Bear, welcome aboard. A technophone bisexual snob with 11 in animals and a bit of melee and shooting. Okay, great. So not a spectacularly good person. However, putting Bear in charge, and it seems actually apt that Bear is good at animals with the name of Bear. Now, Reaper and Eric do have good animal skills, as does Jen Shea, but I would prefer Reaper to be focusing on the cooking and butchering, along with Boba is now able to cook butcher brew. Let's see, and then handle and train, that's fine. Eric, social, yes. Wardening. Gizman, no wardening for you, thank you very much. And then Eric, repair and deconstruct, I think are probably good things to let you slide from this thing down into here, alongside Boba, who's our primary construction person at the moment. You're then our backup primary growy person. Bear, no harvesting for you, thank you. And then plant cut is fine. And art, 4. Okay, no art, by the way, for you, Gizmond. We'll wait for an actual arty person to come properly online. Eric has 5.5 intellectual. No, sorry. That's a combination of social and intellectual. The only person that has reasonable intellectual at the moment is Parker. And at the moment, research is just not something that we're really able to do. But that's okay. That's okay. Like, at the moment, we're looking pretty good so far as the game being, kind of pleasant to us and not trying to murder us every 5 minutes. So I'm pretty confident that we can, we can sort of keep on top of things here. Let's go ahead and get a couple of these new people equipped. Nanami, would you like to have a fire wand? That would be lovely. Thank you very much. Actually, get this one instead. And then you dropped... Oh, it was good as well. Okay, great. And let's get you guys some sidearms. So let's go with... did we have an excellent one of these? Yes. Actually, Bear, what's your melee? 5. Okay, sidearm that. And then Nanami, you go ahead and grab this good one as your sidearm. Gizmond, you don't have a sidearm right now, so go ahead and grab this one as your sidearm. With 9.09, it behooves us to get you equipped with one. Jen Shea, would you like to grab grab this big chungus as your sidearm? Boba, you've got a sidearm. And then Reaper, you're fine. And Parker, you're fine. And Eric is a non-combatant. So it's good. Slowly building back up again. No, I know we don't have the level of skill that we used to. People aren't as amazing as they used to be. We lost a lot of well-skilled people, and yes, that's sad. But I think it's okay, guys. This is just part of the story. It's just part of the story, friends. Prisoners appear to be getting fed raw food. Is there a particular reason for that? No. Are you trying to tame them, Eric? Is that what's happening here? You're trying to feed them corn and, shush them like you would a horse to try and trade with them, to try and tame them? Because if that's the case, maybe you could not do that, but okay. There is a bulk goods trader who's just turned up and is about to pay us a visit. Apparently there's someone called Snipe in there, which I think is lovely. I think Snipe is a cool name. Grey Giraffe's resistance has been broken. Recruitment efforts shall begin. And let's grab, I think Eric is probably going to be the best. Wait, hang on. I keep double checking this. It's going to be Reaper. It's always going to be Reaper. Reaper, let's put you up the actually Zeeper Zeewig and Reaper. Let's put Zeewig at the front and then Reaper up next so that I can try and remember who's the who's the talky person. So, what do you guys have? A woolly? Ooh. Well now. A woolly bull and a woolly cow would actually be a much more logical type of animal to have. Like, the horses are fine, but not super duper necessary. So let's straight up trade those out. We'll lose a little bit on that, but that's okay. Do you have any human meat? No, that's a bit of a shame, but it's to be expected. Not many people do tend to roll around with human meat in their wagons. You've got some cloth, but I don't really care for that. Would you like to buy all of my scrap leather? So light leather, dog leather, leather skin, plain leather, blue fur, wolf skin. Actually, let's keep the plain leather. And then we'll keep the human leather so that we can strap that onto our new... onto our Mr. Fleshy to make some new wings for him. We've got still a great amount of muffalo wool and sheep wool, so I think that's going to take care of... I mean, No, it's fine. I was going to say, do we really need to worry about getting woolly cows when we can just rely on that shit? But no, you know what? I do want woolly cows because woolly cows are going to be very useful, I think, as a bit more of a long-term way of being able to keep everyone specced up with some goodies. What does the mage robe do again? Max energy regen, ability cooldown minus 15%. Okay. I think that is probably, even though it's jolly expensive, it might actually be reasonably worthwhile grabbing. No, I don't think we can really afford that, in all honesty. Okay, we'll look into how to build those ourselves at some point. Because I think having a mage robe on, on Parker, damn, that'd be a great idea. But not yet. Okay, right, so we've got a little bit of positive good feels out of that, so that's nice. And we can now hopefully rope up those 2 woolly cows, and I guess they've already been brought down? Yes, they have. Okay, so woolly cows, milk and wool. Fantastic. Grey Giraffe, welcome aboard. Let's jump to you, and let's have a look at what you're able to do. Thick skins, lovely. Couch potato, that's fine. You can watch some telly, mate. Animals and mining, great. Let's get you set up, Grey Giraffe. So let's make sure that you're not going to be doing anything that we don't want you to do. Animals, you and Bear can take care of the animals. You've both got a double passion in that. That sounds fantastic. Hunting isn't something that I expect you to really need to do, but we'll leave it tick there. Harvesting, you and Gizman can sort of step out of that. We're just going to leave Eric and Parker in charge of that. And then mining and drilling, that's great. That means we'll take Boba off mining and drilling, even though Boba has a skill of 8. Having this double passion here, both Zeetwig and Grey Giraffe are going to be much better suited to doing a good amount of that. And then basic shit down here, and then some fishing if there's nothing else to do. Great. Not that there's any mining to be done at the moment, but it might be time for us to rethink that, because we finished off mining out this whole section here, and we did get some goodies out of it. We did get a reasonable amount of goodies that allowed us to really, sort of carry on with our with the construction of our base and all that sort of jazz. So what we might consider doing, definitely not here. I don't want anything facing into the base, but what we might want to do is just go ahead and we're going to order up a strip mine. And that strip mine is going to start just above the wall here. And it's going to go all the way to the edge of the map. Because why the fire truck not? Why on earth would I not do that? I mean, it's going to take a very long time to make it happen. Oh, I should just straight up mine connectors here. That'll be great. It's going to take quite some time. Grey Giraffe, do you have some cold weather gear? Yes, you've got a cloth parka. I would like to see you upgrade that somewhat, however. Let's just make sure that we can do that for you before you do spend a lot of time out there. Nanami, you're okay. Could you just pop up here and go do some tailoring for me? Because we do have the requirement to 1 per colonist plus X, where X is 2. And then if you could please, yeah, just go ahead and make a new wool parka. And then, Grey Giraffe is already on a food binge, okay. And the reason was minor pain, you absolute jerkhole. But is there a reason for that? You're thick-skinned, man. Oh, well, that's actually just to do with bleeding. So I guess it's just, you're just having a bit of a whinge. It's totally fine. So what I'm also going to do in here is I'm going to make sure, first of all, copy, paste, paste. In here, sorry, yes, let's fix that as well. In anything. No, I've already thought about this. I'm sure that there's a way that we can do it better, but I don't know how to do that. So what I might just do is in here, I'm going to say add bill, recycle apparel, and we'll bring this up here a little bit. And then I'm going to say details. Nope, I've already done all of these things, haven't I? Where I can't recycle a cloth parka, I have to actually, I have to actually just drop it and forbid it forever in order for it to then deteriorate and disappear. Yep, I keep forgetting about that, but that's okay. That's okay. Grey Giraffe, wakey wakey, hands off Snakey. Let's get you outside here. Let's get you to throw down this cloth parka, if you would be so kind. Thank you very much. And now go inside, and then we're just going to leave that there to deteriorate. If you could equip the cloth parka, the wool parka that's there. It is poor, which is a bit of a shame, but it's totally fine. It's going to be better than the cloth parka that it's replacing, so that's fine, fine, fine. I'm going to do one thing that I am potentially going to regret, but I'll just do it anyway. I'm going to build a door right here. And then I'm going to... Do we want a path that goes up there? I feel like that might not be a bad idea, just to speed things up a little here. Or I might do... No, it's okay. So let's go ahead with some floors. Let's go ahead with just some paved tiles, I guess. We've got plenty of steel here. So let's run a pair of paved tiles wide that can go up like this and then across the back like that. And then from there they can go through and then get into the mining zone thusly. And that should hopefully speed people up, hauling things back from this new zone into which we are mining. There is a bunch of steel here and then a bunch more steel here that we can designate. Holy shit. That is a jolly amount of steel. Okay, cool. But what I'm kind of looking for is the other bits and pieces. Like the steel, great. I'm happy to have that on board. Getting a few more components here and there, getting a few more bits and pieces of like maybe some gold, maybe we'll find some plasteel. Those are the sort of things that I think are going to be relatively handy for us to get back into the colony and help us sort of keep growing here. So the last person that's going to come into the place here is, so I was warned about this though. Only work at a normal speed when being forced to do something. That is rather crap. The artistic level, however, I could straight up... Oh, man, do you know what would be really great? It'd be really spectacular if Alar Wunson was also a tortured artist, because then I could force them to do work until they got the break, and then they'd smash and do amazing art. But there's two things to note here. One, we've already got a fair amount of art. Like, the base is pretty good right now. The other stuff that this person is able to do, shooting and melee, pretty handy. And then cleaning, but like dragging their feet. You know what? Even though there's zero resistance remaining, and even though we've spent a whole bunch of food bringing this person online, I tend to agree with you, No. This submissive thing, yeah. Only work at a normal speed when being forced to do something. That sounds like a level of micromanagement that I just couldn't be asked with managing. So I'm just going to straight up get rid of that person. We're going to deconstruct those sleeping spots. And you, Alar Wunson, considering you are fairly useless, I mean, useful in a fight, useful for cleaning, but is not going to do it very quickly. Fuck it. Let's let him go. Quite frankly, by letting that person go, my hunch, and I'm hoping that this is the case, but we'll soon find out, my hunch is that that person is no longer... Excuse me. I want to select these chunks. Actually, let's select these chunks here and just ask for them to be hauled over one notch into this little stockpile, which we can expand a little bit. And we can have a nice little path going through here. Happy little accidents. Okay, so my hunch is that Freya Fierce, who has been sort of helping us to repopulate in the last couple of waves, she's been relatively gentle You know, the transport pod crashed. There's been a raid, but it wasn't that scary. Even though we did have some organs at the time in the stockpile. I kind of get the feeling that... oh, good, we've tamed that mare. Well, look, I'm happy to have a mare. Let's keep a mare that we can use for traveling. We have started to get some milk in from our woolly cows, which is great. That'll then get turned into food. This is deteriorating outdoors, and that's great. And then how are you guys looking? Yep, great. And you've got wool growth as well. And you are probably, well, if you weren't pregnant before, you are going to be now. So we're going to get ourselves a little army of moo cows. And it might be time just to preemptively fire this puppy back up again. Considering how we're doing for hay grass. Just under 1,000 here. Actually, insect meat is running low, so that is definitely something that we need to think about. There's still a good amount of kibble there, but insect meat is something that we're going to need to think about in the not too distant future. But that's going to wait until next episode, which, well, I'll be honest, hopefully a few more things happen next episode because of the oh wow, oh well. I was wondering when we were going to find it. Where even is it? There it is there. Very interesting indeed. Well, uncovering an ancient danger deep inside the mountain. That could be a fun thing for us to explore next time. Yeah, let me know in the comments below. What do you think we should do? Should we open up this section here and create some defenses and crack this sucker open? Or should we just leave it and ignore it? Maybe use it as a trap, and when bugs spawn inevitably in this mountain, we can use that as a little way to... No. Let's not worry about that. But yeah, let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to give us a thumbs, and if you haven't subscribed yet, I don't know what you're doing. If you've worked your way this deep into the series and you still haven't subscribed, mate, what's going on? But I do hope that you enjoyed this episode, friends. I hope that you're having fun, that you're having a good time out there in the world, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks, friends.